What's going on, guys? Snag here, and it's time to preview round 22 of the 2024 NRL season, guys, and this is a massive round. This round right here is pretty much going to help us get a really good idea of who's playing finals. We're going to have some teams in and around here that are going to win games, that are going to lock them up. It's going to be teams down here that are going to lose games, that are going to knock them out of contention and all that sort of stuff. So I know there's still quite a few rounds to play, but we're pretty much going to know who's playing finals after this round. There's going to be some teams with red pens run right through them, and there's going to be teams that are going to need just like one more win to play finals so we can lock them in. So massive round of footy, guys. I absolutely cannot wait for this one, guys. Now, just before we get into it, guys, anyone that's been following knows we had a little bit of drama with the punt on the weekend. So in my post video, the review of the last round, I sort of said, we'll explore other options, but the first thing I want to do was start a Discord so we could at least all chat and you know what I mean? And I can post punts in there. I can post slips in there freely as well, which is great, which I can't do on TikTok and stuff like that. And also, like I said, I don't like maybe someone's using, I don't know, PointsBet, and they've got some markets that I want or I like or better odds at this. And we can just build the community and chat a bit more in there, guys. And like I said, I never claim to know everything. I don't do everything. I just probably do a bit more than the average bear. And, I'm better than the average punter. I'm not incredible. There's a lot of people out there that know more than me. So I love bouncing ideas off you guys and stuff as well. So I'll leave the link to the Discord in the description, guys. I haven't set it up properly yet. Let me know if you do want to be a mod as well, if you've been a fan of the channel for a while and you do know your way around Discord. I've only used it. I've never run a server before, so I'll probably need a bit of help there, guys. I haven't set it up properly. There's just a general chat in there. We can set up some more channels with NBA and UFC and all that stuff as well. But at the very least, if we do put a punt down on, say, a different app that doesn't have chat features, at least we can chat in the Discord and all that sort of stuff as well. So I've wanted to do that for a while. So jump in, guys. I'll leave the link in there. And if you're not a douchebag in there, you won't get booted. And we'll just chat rubbish about sports. It's going to be awesome, man. I absolutely cannot wait for that one, guys. So make sure you check that one out. And what I'll probably do moving forward is, so this is pretty much what I've done on the punt for when I started doing this I've been punting longer than 2022, but what normally happens with rugby league is you lose money at the start of the year. You always do. Like teams that you thought were going to be crap are good. Teams you thought were going to be good are crap. You lose a bunch. Then you figure out a bit of a pattern, plan and all that sort of stuff, and usually win a bit of money towards the end of the year. Now, a spanner has been thrown in the works a little bit with that, so with a lot of markets being removed, but I'll just be using this the rest of the year to sort of play around with some other, with some other apps, with some other markets, with this, that, and the other. So follow with caution for the rest of the year. I'm not going to try and lose money. I'm going to put down a G on each bet. I'm not going to be trying to lose, but I will be just playing around a little bit more, having a bit of fun with it. Like punting is supposed to be fun. I see people who take it way too seriously. People that do arbitrage betting, they're like, oh, you can make money. I'm like, bro, I want to enjoy the punt as well. Like, I don't. You have a bet on two different things on, like opposite teams on things and different odds, arbitrage betting or whatever, and you're guaranteed to win 10% because one team has. It's like, cool, bro. Like 10%. Like, wow. Like. I want to win, I want to win bets and, rub it in people's faces that didn't win bets. That's the whole point of betting, isn't it? So we'll play around with a bit of that as well, guys. But, yeah, super excited. So make sure you jump in that Discord, guys. That would be awesome. And share it around to any friends as well that might want to jump in and chat some rubbish about sports. And I'll make probably... Obviously won't be in the server all the time, but I'll make some times where I am in there. So if you do ever want to bounce questions off, I'll be in there at certain times and stuff like that. I do have a life. I can't live on Discord, but yeah, I'm excited anyway. It should be fun. I've always loved chatting with you guys in the comments and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to be able to be in a group. It'd be great. All right, guys, let's get into the footy, guys. All right, so as always, guys, make sure you do drop in your 1 through 8, who you got winning these games, guys. So we have West Tigers versus the Cowboys, Warriors versus the Eels, Dolphins versus the Roosters, Titans versus the Broncos, Storm versus the Dragons, Sharkies versus the Rabbitohs, Panthers versus the Knights, Bulldogs versus the Raiders. What a massive game. And just quietly to you Raiders fans, don't mind that price at all. at all. All right, guys. So in the video, guys, we'll have a quick look at the ladder. We'll go through each team, read some of the stats. We'll have a look at the try analyzers and all that sort of stuff. I don't have any bets down. Like I said, I've actually joined a couple of other betting companies. So what I'm going to do, so I post this video on Wednesday morning. So tonight, it's Tuesday night tonight. So Wednesday when this video will be released, I'll be looking at a few other things and I'll probably keep an eye out for my shorts in the Discord and TikTok as well, and I'll be posting them on there. So make sure you follow us on Tube as well, guys. And we did hit just 7,000 subs as well. So thanks to everyone that has subbed, and especially the ones from Day Dot. You guys are the real ones, the real MVPs. All right, guys, we'll have a real quick look at the ladder. We will refer back to it, guys. But like I said, huge games for a lot of these teams. I mean, you guys can see that. Yep. Like I said, Raiders, massive game versus the Doggies. I mean, Doggies are pretty much looking like they're going to play finals, but they don't want to lose this one at the same time. And it's a huge game. Papali'i's 300th. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Like, these teams really want to get wins this weekend to really take the pressure off. Are we going to play finals? No, now it's, all right, let's get prepared for the finals. You really do want to lock that up as early as you can. These guys are already preparing. All right, so you want to get in that preparation mode as quick as possible and get out of that. We've got to win this next week. We've got to win next week to play finals, which these guys are all in. So like I said, guys, Raiders, Dragons, Warriors, Broncos down. If you're losing this weekend, you're probably gone. Like I said, Raiders and Dragons probably have a slight bit more leeway there. But if you do lose, you start talking that evil word, mathematical, and that becomes not good. And obviously then you start falling back on things like for and against, which are both horrible compared to the teams above them as well. So huge games for all these guys here. I see a few of these teams losing games this weekend too. So I think we're going to be running the red pen through quite a few of these teams this weekend, guys. So absolutely massive. All right, West Tigers versus the Cowboys. Huge game for both teams, for the Cowboys. Tigers just playing around with things now. They've put Fanu in at 7. They've put Coruscant back to number 9. They're just playing around with stuff by the looks of things. And a couple big outs for the Cowboys too, guys. Jason Taumalolo and Ruben Cotter. I'm not too sure how long Jason Taumalolo is out for. Let's have a quick look, guys. Where's the Cowboys? There it is. It just says to be confirmed, guys. So not too sure. How long's Lukey at? So he's back. Is he back? Has he been named? Jeremiah Nano. Lukey is back and in the team. All right, that's huge. Mikel, so going pretty much 3 front rowers in the lock and 2 props. I think Naeem's just staying on the bench because they like that impact off the bench there, guys. But let's have a look at some of the stats here, guys. Then we'll have a look at try scorers and where we should be looking for our try scorers. West Tigers won 3 of their past 4 games at Leichhardt Oval. They've been pretty good there. Like, this is not a Cowboys go there and win it game. It's really not. Cowboys have won only one of their past 10 games at Leichhardt. If you like the Tigers, slap them in. Tigers are going to be playing with that bit of freedom. Ruben Cotter's a big loss. A lot of line speed loss there. Buller has scored 4 tries in his past 4 games at Leichhardt. Kyle Felt has scored 7 tries in his past 5 games. Tigers have lost their last 7 Thursday night games, guys. Woof. Ouch. Right, so obviously Cowboys pretty heavily back. Predicted score there, guys. This is never right. It's more, but what is usually pretty damn close is what the total will come to, roughly 50. So we'd be looking at over 40-something points here, I'd say, even though it is a Thursday night game. I still think there's plenty of points there. If we look at, you guys can see that. If we look at try scorers, most likely, obviously Cowboys players are pretty much the top 4, a better percentage than all the Tigers players there, guys. So Val Holmes, Tuolangi, Nanai, and Feld. I like Nanai for 1 if you want a bit more value there, guys. And I do like Cowboys with a 9.5 point head start, 1% edge. I don't like that. All right, so they're going a 9% edge on under 50. That's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, we'll have a look at the try analyzer, guys, where these guys score and tries. So we have Cowboys, very even. So you just pick your poison. I like Tuolangi and Nanai. Nanai's right side. I like right side just because I feel like Nanai's a bit more destructive. I mean, I like Felt more than... normally like Felt more than Tuolangi on the other side just because... I feel like Nanai is more destructive. I like taking the wingers where the most destructive second rower is because teams normally have to compress up on that dude, so Nanai, and then that creates more space out the back. So Nanai being the better ball runner, I do like the right-hand side for them, but pick your poison. They've been scoring points pretty evenly there, guys. And where are the Tigers scoring their points? Tigers, there we go. Just pretty even through the middle too. Buller maybe. Conceding... I think we're meant to be going up to the bloody Cowboys Broncos game next week. All right. So Tigers are conceding 43 on their right-hand side, which would be Cowboys left. So possibly maybe go left-hand side. It's up to you guys. You work it out. Pick your poison. And Cowboys pretty even across the park where they're conceding. No real weak patch there, guys. So like I said, pick your poison there. I like right edge a little bit better just because of the Nanai factor. But yeah. Should be a good one. Let's have a look at these last time these guys played. That's right. So Cowboys put an absolute clinic on them. Remember that game? Man. You know, the funny thing is someone would have taken the unders on this game and just been sitting there going, I cannot believe I took the unders. God damn. The Cowboys are hot, man. 4 wins of the last 5. Looking nice. Right in this game, right until the end as well. So... yeah, they've been pretty damn good. So I really like the Cowboys here, and I will be taking them. I do think, like I said, I don't think this is like Cowboys roll in and take this game, but I do like them to win it. Oops, what have I done here? Clicked on KFC. I do want some KFC, but not right now, thanks, lads. All right, so CNK back at fullback, which puts Roger Tuivasa-Sheck back on the wing. Don't love it. I've said this from the start. I think RTS is a better fullback than Chance, but what do you do? Webster's been loyal. Hats off to you, even though it hasn't worked. Sean Johnson back too, guys. So Chanel keeps his spot at 6. And so where is... Tamari Martin's been dropped to the reserves. So they're not playing him at all. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so Wade Egan, so Joey Lussick back up. Okay, so this is an interesting game. Parramatta in a similar boat to Tigers, trying to win every game still, obviously, but more playing around with formulas and combinations for next year. Everyone's been bounced around. I don't know who took Tago's mugshot, but you were too close. You didn't get the memo. Shoulders up. What do we got? Anything interesting here to talk about? Lussick, Ungawi, Moretti, Dinker. Not really. Ethan Sanders named in the reserves. Nothing too crazy to talk about here, guys. Warriors obviously have to win this to keep their finals alive. They are lucky they do have that half win. It does help a little bit. Their for and against isn't great, but it's better than the teams directly above them. But yeah, Warriors are in this unique situation where for and against probably isn't going to matter because they do have that odd number. Warriors and Sea Eagles are both in that position. So yeah, it's for and against doesn't really matter unless they end up around the Sea Eagles and they're fighting for a spot. But yeah, so it's a little bit of a strange situation. We'll have a look at the stat attack here, guys. Warriors have won 3 of their past 4 games at Go Media. Shout out to the Warriors. Shout out to the Wars. First team in NRL history to sell out every single home game, lads. Now, I just want to congratulate the New Zealand club and the fans. And that's so huge. Like, seriously, that is just shows you how hard it's booming. The club, the marketing team, just from top to bottom, front office, back office, team, like everything, they've done such a good job there. Warriors fans, stick with your team. They're building something real powerful here. I can tell that what you got to remember is success doesn't go on a linear line. There's bumps, there's curves, there's ups and downs along the way, guys. And they're experiencing a bump at the moment. They're not out yet, but it doesn't look good. Get behind this team. Turn up to Las Vegas next year. Support them. And I'm telling you, they're building something special out there. They're becoming a genuine powerhouse. They're going to, over the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to be absorbing so much talent from rugby union. It's going to be insane. And like I said, just get behind it. Don't turn your back on them if they don't play finals and they lose this game and they don't play finals this year. It happens to some of the best teams, just not the Panthers and the Storm. It's very hard to just go straight in that linear line. And I have no doubt the Warriors are going to be back over the next few years and be a genuine top 6 team every year. So get behind them, guys. Don't turn your back on them if they lose. They're really good. And Warriors, if any Warriors players are watching this, don't let your fans down this weekend, lads. Go get it done. All right, Warriors have won 3 of their past 4 games at Go Media Stadium. Eels have won 4 of their past 5 games against the Warriors. Woof. Eels play their first game in New Zealand since 2007. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has scored 8 tries in 11 games against the Eels. RTS loves a try against the Eels. Wow. All right, so we'll have a quick look at form, then we'll have a look at so Warriors got them heavily last year. That's right, they were absolutely pumping them. I think this is Parramatta's first 13-plus loss last year, and then they only played the 1 year before. So only Warriors 2 of their last 5. They've got to start chalking these wins up, and Parramatta obviously on a massive skid at the moment. So predicted score 28-18. I genuinely could see that being roughly the score, not 29, but I see the score being Warriors in the 20, Eels in the teens. So if you like, Warriors to score over 18, Eels to score over 10. Eels are still scoring points. They scored points against the Warriors on the weekend, so against the Storm on the weekend. So they still scored 14 points against they lost the Titans, still scored 16. Rabbitohs 16. They're scoring points. There's points in Para. They're just not enough to win games. So I like that. I like Warriors 18, 20 plus, Eels 10 plus or something like that. That's nice to me. And then I don't see this. Well, there you go. I reckon it's going to be 20-22 scoreline. 20, but flipped. Wise to win. All right, guys, let's have a look. So try scores DWZ on that right edge. Let's have a little look-see here. So where do Eels concede their tries? Eels. Right side more predominantly, so that would be the other side. So maybe RTS to score a try. He loves scoring them against the Eels as well. And AFB through the middle is probably nice too. And now I know this number here is a little bit misleading for the Eels. It looks like their middle defense is really good, but it's more because they're so easy to score on the edges. You just go around them. Well, that's what it looks like, observation-wise. And yeah, so where are the Warriors scoring? Where are the Warriors conceding their tries? So Warriors pretty even, but right side, which would be left, which would be Tungo's side. Has he been playing on the left? Tungo's side. And Warriors scoring pretty evenly across the board. But 39, yeah. I think you go either edge there. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's probably pretty nice to get one. DWZ as well. Adam Fanua-Blake through the middle too. That'd be my 3 picks. Not all 3, but maybe 1 or 2 of them. And Parramatta, I'll be probably looking at Tungo there. Will Pendicini's been pretty damn strong. I've been really impressed with Will in a team that's been getting pumped. Wires to win. Wires to keep their season alive. Dolphins versus the Roosters. This is a huge game for both teams, but predominantly the Phins. They're obviously hanging by a thread in the top 8. For and against, keeping them in it. Now, one thing they're a little bit lucky with is Raiders, Dragons and Knights all are playing very, very good teams. Dogs, Storm, and if they do lose this game, there's a very good chance that Raiders, Dragons and Knights all lose too. If Warriors win, they're still, it doesn't matter. If Broncos win, it still doesn't matter. They'll still hang in the 8. So there has to be an upset. They have to lose and there be an upset for Dolphins to drop out of the 8. So a little bit of a silver lining there for the Dolphins, but that's not how you want to be going about your business. You want to be winning these games, all right? They want to be winning these games. So Tessie Newman, I think Milford. So Dolphins been pretty damn disappointing lately. Now, Michael Jennings out. Joey Manu back. That is alarming. Now, that pretty much locks in Dom Young for a try, possibly 2. He was an absolute jam for a try. All right, so we've got Spencer Leonard, Brendan Smith, Lindsay Collins, Angus Crichton, Victor Radley, Connor Watson. I'm not loving the Connor Watson in the middle. I love Connor Watson off the bench. Unfortunately, Connor Watson's one of those players that too good at too many positions. It sort of hurts your career a little bit because your best position's sitting on the bench. You know, we've seen it with guys like Orbison. We've seen it with guys like, who was it, like even going further back, Gidley, guys like that, where you're just like, you know, it's like, I want to put you in a position, but you're good at everything. You know, you're better off coming off the bench and covering what we're missing. Tyrrell May back to the bench. Satili Tupanua. Nafua White. So Sandon Smith not getting a run. Okay. Let's have a quick look at form. Then we'll have a look at the stat attack. So these guys played last year, 30-10. And that would have been round 1 last year. It was funny. I bagged the Dolphins coming into the round because of their team. And then ended up putting money on them to win the first game. Thought it was going to be robbed. Dolphins have only won 1 of their last 5. I thought they had at least 2. Okay. Dolphins are skidding hard. I had an idea they were skidding. I didn't know they were 1-5. I thought they were 2-5. 2-3. 1-4. 2-3. My brain worked good. Roosters absolutely flying. Little hiccup here against the Storm. And this was actually more of a solid win than it looked. Seagulls are better than I think people give them credit for, and there were 2 dumb, stupid passes thrown by Keary that sort of got the Seagulls back in this one. But they looked like they were going to win the comp in that first 20 minutes. Teddy Tedesco looked like prime Jared Hayne there for a while. Absolutely murdering it. We'll have a look at some stats here, guys. All right, Dolphins have lost the only previous match in Perth. Why are they playing in Perth? Can someone please tell me? Roosters playing Perth for the first time since 1995. Dolphins have surrendered second half lead in their past 4 games. Now, I don't mind this one if you want to chuck it down on the punt too, is Dolphins to score more points in the first half than second. It's flipped. It was the other way around for them at the start of the year, but maybe don't put that down. It could flip again. But yeah, they've been not good. Or you could go Dolphins to win first half, lose second. Or I actually wouldn't put that down in this game either because Roosters are a pretty strong starting team. So Dolphins are going to have a big second half if they're going to stay in this one. They really are, because there's a good chance they're going to be starting from behind. Jermaine Asako scored a hat-trick last year in his game in Perth. Bro loves getting triples. Loves a triple. All right, let's have a look at where the points are, guys. So Dom Young is going to be paying absolutely nothing. So Hamaso through the middle. We'll have a look at the try analyzer in a minute. Sarko, Bostock, Farmworth, Avarillo. I have trouble picking Dolphins try scorers just because sometimes they attack left a lot. Sometimes Herbie doesn't pass the ball. Avarillo can be a bit of a hog as well. Sometimes they attack left a lot. Sometimes they attack right a lot. I've had the most success with Hammer. Just playing teams that leak tries a little bit through the middle, have a little bit of a flimsy middle. Hammer loves backing up through the middle and scores heaps of tries, so why the hell not? Dom Young, 59, Tupou, Tedesco, Joey Manu. Now, similar to what I talked about with the Cowboys, I actually like Tupou more than Dom Young, even though Dom Young will probably get one because Roosters, when there's not much on, they usually just fling the ball to Joey Manu. Joey Manu creates something hectic, does some like crazy basketball pass, and then Dom Young scores a try. But I like taking the wingers that have a really devastating ball running second rower. Again, compresses the line, room out the back. One person is just not going to tackle Angus Crichton steaming onto the ball 20 metres out. So I like Tupou, and since Crichton's come into form, I've been taking Tupou more, and I put him in my super coach for that exact reason. He's been killing it. So I actually like Tupou for one in this one as well. And we'll have a quick look at the analyzer now, see whether... Right, so we've got... Where's the... Yeah, so Roosters, ever since Crichton's been killing it, this number's just been going up. So 43%. They were scoring all their points on the right at the start of the year. All their points on the right. Now it's swung and the left's taken over, 43%. Dolphins they're going left a lot more. Bostock's been getting a lot of tries. It's sort of, Bostock's been scoring more consistently, but then a random game, Asako will score like 2 or 3, and they go down his side a lot, like just the whole time. So that's why I don't really like taking Dolphins edges. I prefer going Bostock. Prefer going Hammer. So now, do Roosters don't concede many tries through the middle. Okay, so points conceded. So Roosters 46% right side, which would be Dolphins left side. So Bostock probably more likely, and then Dolphins concede through the middle. So Teddy could be on for 1-2. That's pretty heavy through the middle. Conceded 17 tries through the middle. Yeah. So yeah, I'd be if you do want to take a winger, I'd be taking Bostock. And then for the Roosters, I'll be going. Well, Dom Young's pretty much locked for a try, but you won't get any value there. But yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. I like Tupou. I'd take Tupou, personally. All right. Roosters to win, but Phins have got to get it. I wouldn't be surprised if Phins get this one, eh? A little bit surprised. But there's going to be upsets this weekend, guys. There's going to be upsets. There really is. We just don't know who it's going to be. Who's it going to be? Yeah, what game? Let us know in the comments. What game do you think is most likely going to be an upset? I'd probably go... The upsets I like... Possibly the Phins on the Roosters. I mean, I don't know if you'd even call this an upset, but I think Titans can definitely beat the Broncos. I think Sharks win. I don't think Panthers can be beaten. I do think the Raiders can win this one, especially at this price. We'll get to that game, but... so where are we? Are we up to the Titans Broncos? Yeah, we are. Selwyn Cobbo named? Nah, he's gone. That's concerning. Uh-oh. Man, it was crazy. So Selwyn Cobbo got arrested. So yesterday my son was going to the Junior Maroons training thing. It's like a training camp for the Junior Maroons. And I picked him up at 3 o'clock from school, and we're driving over to the North Devils or whatever, Aspley, Nudgee, wherever it is. And he goes, "Oh man, did you hear about Selwyn Cobbo?" I'm like, "No, what did you tell me? He got arrested, domestic violence." I'm like, "What? How'd you know about that?" And then we pull up, and I pull my phone out, and it'd only been announced an hour ago on news.com. I'm like, "What the hell? How did you know that so quickly?" He's, "Oh, I just heard. It was on Snapchat." And I was like, "What? So you found out on Snapchat that quick?" Damn, it was crazy. I just need to hit my son up for all the news. I couldn't believe it. I looked at when the news articles got released, and it was like an hour, or some of them had 2 hours, so it would have been released about one. So how the hell did you know that? That's nuts, man. Not good. Now, if he's been left out of this team, that's concerning that he's guilty. Or if it might be just take the week off, bro. You don't need that. But if it was a nothing thing... So apparently he got arrested, but not... No, he got arrested but not charged. You never know with this domestic violence stuff, eh? You really don't. You really don't. That's why I like to hold my tongue with it a bit, even though I have strong opinions on it, but you never know. All right, so Selwyn out. That's huge. Piakura named, is he? Yeah, Piakura's back. That's huge. I don't even know if the Broncos are going to win this. I really don't. Look, Broncos for me, I'll just talk about them real quick. Like, obviously I'm from Brizzy. You know, know people there. You know, all that sort of stuff. And when Broncos lost the grand final last year, I don't know how many times I heard the words, "Don't worry, we'll win next year." Nah, bro. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you're not Penrith. Like, just because you got to a grand final one year doesn't mean you're going to get to it the next. Like, you have to put in that work. The difference between the second best team and the 11th best team is small. Like, you can drop off the pace 8% and you're coming 12th. Broncos still look okay, but they've just fallen off that little bit. They don't look horrible to me. They look like they're down 10% and they've just been swallowed. And I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Gordy or whatever. And it just looked like they were waiting for something to happen. It doesn't. It just really doesn't. And I've been saying this since I was 18 years old. Like, when I was playing at Norths, and you know what I mean? Like, I was, friends with a few of the boys that were making the team. Ben Hannett and Josh Maguire and Darius and all that. I could not believe the pats on the back they got for achieving F all. I'm like, bros, you know what I mean? Like, if in the grand scheme of things, Broncos have not achieved a damn thing in nearly 2 decades. Yet they get probably more praise than any team around, like from people in Brisbane. Nowhere else, but in Brisbane, like, they just get raps. At their trainings, there's thousands of people there just to watch them, to get a look at them, to film them as they walk out to train. Like, I think they might have got a few too many pats on the back. I really do. I had a friend signed it. He was signed to the Penrith. This is nearly 15 years ago or whatever. Probably longer. Not 20, but more than 15. And he came from Penrith, and he stopped playing league because he hated it in Brisbane so much, because he hated all the way the boys... like, he hated the way you got put on a pedestal like that. He actually stopped. He ended up being a pro fighter. And yeah, he hated it. But yeah, I saw a lot of praise for Brisbane. I think that might have been a bit of a factor there, that they thought they were going to roll through everyone. They got a ton of talent, and yeah, it just didn't happen. They went on a skid and forgot how to win. Now, they have the personnel to go on 5, 6. How many games they got left? 5 or 6 games to win them all. They actually do. I mean, I'm not talking rubbish. I genuinely think they could beat the Melbourne Storm in the final round if they play 95% as well as they did last year. Like, they don't have to be quite as good. They were ridiculously good last year. They have to be close to last year. I think they do generally roll through that. Can they do that? I don't know. I really don't know. I'd probably say no. I think the ship might have sailed. Like I said, when you start talking mathematical, we're talking problems. I mentioned this as well, guys, and I heard Gordy say it on 360 tonight for the first time. I said Dolphins are really going to affect the Broncos this year from now on. So Broncos have had this massive advantage being a one-town team for a really long time, because they always had this advantage in negotiations where they'll go, so say, let's use Herbie Farnworth for example, and let's pretend the Dolphins didn't exist. Herbie killing it, ready for an upgrade, cool. They sort of go, hey Herbie, here's 600. And he sort of goes, could probably get like 700 somewhere else, hey. I don't know, maybe not Roosters, but let's say Tigers or Parramatta or what. Okay, cool. You want to move to Sydney? You're going to uproot your family? You're going to take your kids to a new school? Rent's more expensive there, blah, 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 blah. And you sort of start adding up and you're like, is it really worth it? I moved to Sydney, cost you 10K, and you're sort of sitting there going, yeah, you're probably right. And they just stay. And they've always just stayed on just... not unders, just a little bit less than what they could get somewhere else. Now they don't have to move. They just play at the Dolphins. They can just... So Broncos pretty much from last year on are going to have to pay their players full to their full potential because they can just go across the street, but they're still playing at Suncorp every other week. You know, so yeah, that's big, and that's I honestly think they would have. I'm not saying they would have kept Herbie and Flegler last year. They would have kept one. I promise you, they would have kept one. They would have been able to convince one of those guys, hey, stay here for a little bit less. And they would have gone, I can get more at the Tigers. Go then. Let's see how your career pans out after that. You know, like, now they're at the Dolphins, under Wade Bennett, club's booming. Yeah, so that's affected them a lot too, in my opinion. So, sorry for the Broncos rant, just had thoughts on it. Oh, man, and Titans all of a sudden looking nice, looking real nice. So, this was sort of a bit of the start of the slide for the Broncos. Broncos, I think, had lost a game just before this one or around this one. But this is the game where everyone just sort of thought Titans were doing very poorly. This is before Titans sort of became good. And Broncos are scoring points at will, and Titans just got them in the end. And, I mean, look at this form guide. So Titans have got them twice in the last 2 times they've played. Titans might win this, lads. If you like the Titans, slap it down. 4 from last 5. Broncos 1 from their last 5. Absolutely bananas, man. I cannot believe that. I wasn't as high as the Broncos and everyone, for this year. Like, when it was the Broncos are going to, like, Joey Johns, Broncos are morals to win the comp, you know, and I was hearing all these Broncos have been, I was like, I don't know about that. But I still had them in my top 4. I think I put them 4th or something like that. I think I picked them for about 4th. So, which is lower than a lot of people had. Like, people had them winning the comp, and, like, a lot of people, like, Johnsy's like them, but they can't be beaten. They can't be beaten. It's a Johnsy curse. Titans are aiming for 3 consecutive wins against the Broncos for only the second time. Broncos have won 7 of their past 9 games at Seabus. AKP needs 1 try to equal his own club record set of 20 in 2023. Ezra Mann has scored 4 tries in his last 5 games against the Titans. Titans have won 3 of their past 4 games at Seabus Stadium. Shout out to the Titans winning games at home for once. It's such a bad record there normally. All right, this should be interesting. We should be able to get some try scorers in this one, guys, if you want to have a punt. All right, so average points. So we're looking at some points here. When is this game being played? I'm sorry. Ooh, Broncos aren't good at daytime. Broncos are bad day game players. I reckon we'll get some points in this game, lads. We'll go 46 plus. Totals over 52. Wow. AKP 58%. Jojo 34. Walshy 37. Yeah, I think Walsh and Mann would be my picks in this one, but we won't lock that in until we hit the analyzer. Yeah, I like Titans with a head start, eh? 5.5 points. If I could get this to 6.5 with decent odds, I like it. I'd want it over 6.5 though. I wouldn't take it at 5.5. All right, let's see where Bronx is scoring. So left-hand side conceding, right-hand side 46. So where are the Titans? Will be heavy left, right? Yeah, heavy left side 46%, only 26 on the right. So yeah, I like AKP for one in this one. Where are Broncos conceding? Very even across the board, but yeah, their edges have been pretty flimsy. Where would Corey Oates be? I reckon Jojo and AKP can burn Corey Oates pretty hard. Corey Oates will be on the left-hand side. Has he been playing left since he's been back? Broncos are confusing me at the moment. Yeah, I like AKP for one. I really do. I know he's like the betting favourite. I'm not breaking any hot news or anything like that, but yeah, I think he's good for one. I really do. Just give me a look at this again. Dave Fafita. Now Dave Fafita's on the. I think I love my second rows this year. Dave Fafita is on the left hand side, which would be Jordan Ricky's side. Yeah, that's Jordan Ricky because Jordan Ricky plays right, which is left match up against Titans left. Yeah, I don't mind that either. I'm going to take Broncos to win just because they have to. I don't think they're going to. Day game, Titans score plenty of points. If it gets close, Titans don't care if they lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Broncos panic. This is the thing, when you panic, it's when you have to win a game and things aren't going your way, what happens is you start playing outside your systems. And then you start doing stupid shit like Payne Haas taking a grubber kick, which happened last week. When have you seen in the last two, like Broncos were pretty good the year before. I know they fell out of the 8 and it was like, oh, they were horrible. They came 9th, 10th or whatever. Like they were decent. You're taking Payne Haas to putting grubber kicks in, like you get what I'm saying. You start seeing stuff like that. Happens a lot in basketball. You'll see a team flying, someone's getting all their shots, and they'll play a good defensive team, and they start doing moves you've never seen them do in 8 years, and you're like, well, they clearly can't score within their system, so they're trying stuff they don't practice. So yeah, I don't think they're running too many plays where Payne Haas is kicking through for himself at training. Just put it that way. So I reckon if this is close, I reckon Titans beat them. But I just think Broncos could put 3 early tries on and probably coast. So I'm going to take Broncos with like barely any confidence. Last week I was so confident they were just going to stroll in and get the dub, and they just really let me down, man. They really let me down. They should not. Bulldogs great, killing it. I'm all happy for them, but their roster is worth about $3 million or more than the Bulldogs, even though you have to spend the same. You get what I'm saying? If you had to dismantle both teams and sell the players as assets, you'd get about $2 million more for the Broncos at minimum. All right, Storm versus the Dragons. Huge game for the Dragons. I'm not saying they can't make the finals if they don't win this, but it's going to become very, very tough. Like I said, a lot of these teams could be winning games, and it all of a sudden becomes almost hard. So to me, this is must win for the Dragons, and it's going to be tough. Couchman out, that's huge. Out. Matthew Fangay out. Murdoch Masilla out. I thought he was been pretty good. So Ryan Couchman on the interchange. Blake Laurie comes back. Sele there. So who's starting props? Molo and DeBellin. Okay. Any other movement up here? Zach Lomax. Sloan comes back. Remy Smith, Alec McDonald, Tristan Powell. So what? Munster starting. Tui, Josh King, Grant, Blore. Wishard keeps his spot on the bench. Damn. Oh, Farlongo's not playing. That sucks. It sucks. You can't have Wishard and Farlongo on the bench. It's too much. Man, let's have a look how these guys are matched up the last couple of times. Storm got them 38-28. I reckon we could see a score like this, to be fair. Actually, I think there's some points in the Dragons. And Storm, just like I've sort of said after the Parramatta game last weekend, I've been saying it a bit, I think Storm can tighten up their defence and lock you down if needed, like we saw them do it against the Roosters. But I think if you're not in that top 4 and you're not a genuine threat to them, I think they're more happy to give you a shootout. That's what it feels like anyway. So I reckon we could go overs in this game. Plenty of points been scored in all these wins. I mean, what's that? That comes to 40, 46. That's only 32. How many points did we got here? 68 points. Then we've got 22. And then we have, 54 points totals in all those Storm games. So pretty wild. Jeez, only lost 3 games this weekend. Absolutely crazy. That is nuts. Storm have won 5 of their past 6 games against St George Illawarra. Dragons have not won in Melbourne since 1999. Storm have won 17 of their past 18 games at Amy Park. Tupulotu has scored 6 tries in his past 4 games. Jerome Hughes has scored a try in all 6 games played against the Dragons. Love him for a try. Love him for the Dally M medal as well. I think he's almost pretty much got it locked up. He's been the best consistent player for the year, in my opinion. So predicted points, yeah, I see something like that going down. I see 30. I think I'd probably almost add an extra try onto that. to go 34 points, something, and then I see Dragons scoring a couple tries, maybe 2.5, 3 tries, for sure. Paps through the middle, love that. Warbrick, Grant Anderson, Katoa, Jack Howarth. Lomax is probably good for one as well, especially with no Coates. Now let's see where these guys are scoring their tries, guys. All right, so points scored. Where's them Storms? Where's the Storms? There they are. 46 left. Although I think they will be kicking for Warbrick a bit more. I think they'll go more right side. But Munster is back, so maybe more left. Yeah, probably, I don't know. I like, whenever I'm not sure whether they're going to go left or right, I like going either second rowers or fullback. Yeah. And where's the Dragons? 49% right side, which is obviously Lomax, guys. So let's see if Storm are conceding plenty on their right side, which is the wrong side for Lomax, unfortunately. Where is Storm conceding their tries? Yeah, 47. Here we go. Plenty through the middle. Yeah, I'd be going Paps for sure. Dragons leaking through the middle hard. Paps off and offload through the middle. They've been doing a lot of outside insides, trying to get him tries. I love Paps one in this. Look at the Panthers. 61% of their tries are on the right edge. That is so alarming. Or does that just mean you can't score try? 12 tries have been scored in over 20 rounds. That is insane. How many Bulldogs conceded 49 tries? Panthers have conceded 49 tries as well. Absolutely crazy. All right, guys. So let's move on to the next game. I've got Storm in that one, guys. I think that my Dragons might be knocked out. I do. Not out of complete contention, but Will Kennedy back, huge losses. Mulatalo and Hazelton gone. So I like them on this Samuel Stone Street guy though. Man, the Sharkies are producing some players, eh? So Oregon Kafusi, Royce Hunt back and starting. Nakora, I like the makeup of this a lot better. No backs on the back, so they really don't want to lose an outside back. Tallis Tunkin goes back to the bench. Murray's back, that's huge. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look at their... Sorry, wrong. How these guys are matched up the last couple of times. Sharky's got them this year. Sharky's got them the year before. Both coming off a loss. Sharky's desperate for a win. Yeah, I'm going to go Sharkies in this one, guys. Bunnies to me look like they've actually given up. Like I think they're just giving up playing defense at the very least. Like that, Canberra don't score many tries, and they you know what I mean. Like Canberra aren't like a try scoring machine sort of team, and they leaked 32, leaked 28 against the Tigers, even though they won. Leaked 36. 16 against the Eels. I mean, they were pretty good up until this point, but these last 3 games, it just really looks like they're just like, well, let's just try and outpoint these teams. Let's not do the hard stuff, you know. So we'll have a look at some try scorers here, guys. So average points overs unders, looking at under 49 over 49. Yeah, I actually don't mind under 50 for this. Try and get a little bit higher, maybe under 52, something like that. I like Katoa. For one here. Jacob Gagai on the right-hand side as well. Yeah, I don't know. Oops, I forgot to do the stat attack. All right, so Sharks are aiming for home and away games against the Rabbitohs for the first time since 2008. Rabbitohs have won only 2 of their past 9 games at PointsBet. Cody Walker requires 2 tries for a century. Katoa scored 6 tries his last 5 against the Rabbitohs. Yeah, I like Katoa for one. Lock in Katoa. I'm going to lock in the Sharkies as well. I like the Sharkies in this one. I think they're going to get it. Try scored left hand side, 50%. No Johnson, that sucks. Sharkies 43%. So you could go that Stonewall guy. He could definitely look for one. Where are the Rabbitohs conceding? Left hand side, which is right. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be looking. Yeah, Sharky's left hand side. Just that right. Maybe let's go Katoa. On the right hand side there. Rabbitohs leaking points there. No Mulatalo. Might go right a little bit more. Let's go Katoa. Katoa for one. Sharkies to win. Up the Sharkies. Panthers versus the Knights. Bit going on at the Knights. They've been tapping players on the shoulder, telling them they probably can't stay next year. Stuff like that. Panthers, few players out. Fisher Harris and Dane Laurie. Now, let's see how long Fisher Harris is out, because that's pretty concerning. Can Panthers win games without Fisher Harris? Yeah. Can they win a comp without him? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're going to need him in a grand final. It just says to be confirmed. Damn Laurie, head knock. So he'll be back. Dylan Edwards around 24. And Jesse McLean. Is he the better McLean? He was the one that got a run first, hey? So there's two brothers. I wonder which one's better. I mean, touted as being better. But this Casey McLean looks... his footwork. Isaiah Longi versus Ponga. I just really haven't liked this. Fletcher Sharp's playing on the wing. Okay, that's cool. I haven't really liked the way they've played Lucas this year. I haven't really liked the way they've played Pierce Paul. Adam Elliott back. He's actually a really big inclusion. I think he's low-key underrated as a player. Adam Elliott, Brodie Jones, Fletcher Sharp, Cog up, Will Price. So they're playing Will Price. So they're going Gamble and Phoenix Crossland. So they've dropped Hastings. And where's Will Price? He's in the reserve. Knights are a mess. Bradman Best out. They're an absolute mess. Let's see how these guys are matched up. 26-18, 2012. So definitely not hidings the last couple of times they've played, but wins. But Penrith don't mind winning like that. They don't mind winning like that at all. We'll go to the stat attack. Panthers have won 13 of the last 15 against the Knights. Knights have not won at Bluebet Stadium since 2018. Tortoise scored 6 tries in 6 games at the Knights. Knights have won 4 of their past 5 away games. Mitch Kenny will play his 100th. Mitch Kennedy for a meat pie, I reckon. Right, so we had a little look. Actually, we'll go to this first. So Panthers, obviously 85% to win. What's the overs-unders here? What's the line looking like? 48. I reckon we're going to get a lower scoring game. But I said that last time. I said that against the Panthers last week, and they absolutely thrashed them. To'o. Taruva. I like Nathan Cleary for a try just quietly. Dude looks like he's just so much better than every other half getting around. I don't like Marju for tries when Bradman Best isn't inside him, eh? He plays his best footy outside of Bradman Best. They're such a powerful combination. So this has the Knights with a 18.5 point head start with the -1 edge. So maybe you could take... Maybe the best bet is taking Penrith minus like 15 or something. Win by more than 3 converted tries. I mean... Like I'm not really used. Like I had Dragons to keep it. I think I took them with a 22 point head start. I'm like Panthers are elite. I know and I know they're better than the Dragons, but like, you know what I mean. Like, surely they can keep it within 3 converted tries. You know, like under 3 converted tries. No, I mean like over 3 converted tries. It's just got absolutely rolled. And it's just, I don't know, I don't know what it is, eh? There's something a bit thing about Cleary. I think he's somehow got better. I don't know what it was. I was just watching him and I felt like I don't know, watching like prime Kevin Durant or something. Like I just was just like, oh no, he's better. He's always been really, really good. To me, he's all like for the last 3 years, he's been the best halfback in the comp. But he was always just like a bit better. I think he looks levels better than the second best in the comp at the moment. Like, which I'd say is probably Jerome Hughes, Mitchell Moses. Mitchell Moses is out. He looks levels better than them. So yeah, I don't know. I think he can put points and put on quick. So maybe the best bet is here is just literally just going, rather than taking a bunch of legs, just going an arse whooping from the Panthers. Kalen Ponga's a real confidence player. Knights are down on confidence. They're trying a new halves combination. Campbell's barely played. I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go Panthers to win and win well, I reckon. Brian Torr to score. Nathan Cleary to score. Have you guys thought that? Like, I just feel like Nathan Cleary just somehow looks like way better. Just, it's not even like, it's just his movement and stuff. He looks bigger, faster, stronger than every other half I watched run around playing on the weekend. Like, that's just what it looked like to me. Like, I'm not trying to glaze him. I'm just what I saw. Like, to me, Jerome Hughes, like, this year is he's been the best number 7. It's just obviously Cleary hasn't played as much. And just watching his game, which was awesome, versus Cleary's game, I was like, if Jerome Hughes is the second best half getting around, like, there is such a monstrously big gap between him and Cleary. But anyway, Cleary might have just had 2 good games. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So we know Panthers scoring majority tries on the right and conceding theirs on their right, which is their left-hand side in attack. Who are they playing again? Jesus, sorry guys, I was too busy glazing Nathan Cleary. Knights. Too busy glazing Nathan Cleary. I forgot who they're playing. So they score 40% on their left. That is Kalen Ponga sweeping around the back. Panthers so good at shutting down that sweep play as well. They saw it a lot against the Broncos. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Now, Knights obviously like to score on the left, which is Panthers right, which is their. So if you do like Marju, it's probably their best bet of getting one around that left side there. So he might be worth getting one if the price is okay. But you know, when a team's probably only going to score 2 tries, like I'd say, I don't see Knights scoring many more than 2 tries, 3 max. I don't know, I probably wouldn't be putting many try scorers in, but if you want one, I'd be going Marju only, just because, like I said, they're very good down their left, and that is where Panthers concede. So yeah, be looking at that. But yeah, like I said, if a team's going to lose, especially with a team that's only concedes about 14 points a game, you don't want to take many try scorers. Obviously, it's just common sense. Is this the final game? Canberra versus Bulldogs. This is massive. Now, Bulldogs, hottest team in the comp at the moment. I feel like they're the Warriors of 2023. I feel like they're the hot team, the team, you know, where the fans are showing up at other games, like away games. You know, there was tons of Bulldogs fans in and around Broncos. They're making fun of everyone. They're doing the Broncos, all the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs content creators are just getting cocky, which I love. It's incredible to watch. It's been a grim decade, so I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying they're riding high. I just hope the players don't sort of fall in that little bit of a trap like the Broncos, I believe, have this year, where they start thinking they've achieved anything, because they haven't achieved a damn thing yet. They're doing great. They're doing good, but you can't sip your Kool-Aid yet because you haven't achieved a damn thing. All you've done is play a bit better than last year. You have to lock in and win these games that you're your favourite to win now. So they've won plenty of games they were underdogs in this year. Now, to really lock it up and make sure you play finals, you have to win games you're favourites in, and they're big favourites in this game here. So, this should be huge. So, Stephen Crichton back, Addo-Carr back. I think Blake Wilson might be better than Addo-Carr just quietly, but if Addo-Carr's fit, he's playing. I'm just such a big fan of Blake Wilson. Birdo and Sexto there. I heard Josh Curran might not be playing, but he's been named. Yeah, that would be, if Curran's gone, all of a sudden they become very light. I mean, not that he's a big body, but I just mean more light, like light on experience. You'd have, I don't know who would come in, like Liam Knight or Farmasili. I don't know, but become a little light in the middle there against a very good pack. Papali'i's 300th game. Canberra are going to show up for this one. They really are. This is a pack. Like, you got Smitty's through the middle, Papali'i, Tarpany. Yeah, that's big. But Bulldogs have handled big packs this year very, very, very well. We've seen them shift from side to side, do their thing, and sort of like they didn't even let Broncos pack do anything last weekend. It was great. I don't think you want to do that every round though, because that can be countered very easily. If, like, let's say Bulldogs play like that every week, you run tape on teams every week. All you do is you just slide, you space your defense more, and you just slide. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, well, they're not coming through the middle, so we don't have to compress our lineup. We just spread out. So, it's good to do, like, to catch teams out, but you can't do that. You have to play direct through the middle, and then open it up, when they're compressed, So Bulldogs did a great job of it. Broncos didn't react to it quick enough. Coaching masterclass from Serraldo, brilliant, worked perfectly. So matchups, I'm loving what Sherry's doing, loving what Karaz is doing. Like, huge advantage to the Bulldogs in the outside backs. Long kicking game. Burden's probably is a little better than Fogarty's, but not by. Fogarty is kicking heat at the moment. So, two big long kicking games. Difference is Raiders, he is kicking behind a bit of a better pack. Definitely a better shorting kicking game. I'd say Sexton probably has a better kicking game out of all the halves. Strange probably has the better running game. We just got some good matchups here. Now, Viliami's on the left, so is Huddy Young. So Huddy Young's left, yeah. Kickout's left, so they won't match up. So we'll have Huddy Young on Presto, and we'll have Viliami on Whitehead. And let's have a look at the benches. I've been really impressed with the Bulldogs bench, because I've been looking at their bench every week. I'm like, this is rubbish. And then they're just almost like, damn, their bench did good. So I'm not going to trash the Bulldogs bench anymore, because it just keeps putting egg on my face. But yeah, this is going to be huge. I'm being honest. I genuinely think Raiders can win this. But it's just the thing that's getting me is Bulldogs are undefeated at home. It's a day game. 8-0 at home. Belmore. Fans are buzzing. Belmore is going to be popping off. Like, can the Raiders withstand that? If Bulldogs get on a run early, do they slow down? I don't think so. That's going to be the issue. To me, what Raiders have to do is punch them in the mouth early. Really just, they have to come out, shooting out the line, putting shots on, putting them go, and then Bulldogs going, this wasn't part of the plan. This wasn't in the script. You know what I mean? Like, they have to make them play outside their systems. They need to identify what the Bulldogs' game plan is and shut down whatever they're doing early. They need to, you know what I mean? If they, they do identify that they're shifting, they have to get out, cover it, grab, hit, drag them back, drag them to the edge, because this is the thing. Shifting early is great. Let's say they shift. The ball, I'm not saying they can't do it again, but every ball was hitting chest out in front. It was precision from the Bulldogs against the Broncos. But if you do recognise they shifting early, if you get them and you do grab them, you drag, even if you don't put them out, if you drag, it's a terrible spot to take your next carry from. Like, you know what I mean? So if they shifted on their own 20, you grab them, hit them, drag them, and they're playing the ball 2 metres from the sideline on their own 20, it's terrible. Like, you're all of a sudden in a terrible spot. Now, it's happened a bit, and then Burton boots the ball 80 metres, so it hasn't been a huge issue. That's why Burton is the perfect player for this Bulldogs team. So there's going to be a big assignment on Tomoko, on Sebastian Krish, on Savage to really, really shut down these outside guys. But like I said, I think Canberra Raiders can win this. I just feel like they might get exposed a little bit on the edges. Yeah, I really do. It's tough. This is a real tough one for me. I think everyone's just like locked in the Bulldogs for this one, which I'm not doing. But I do. I'm taking the Bulldogs to win just because it's home. It's a day games at Belmore. But this is one of these ones. I would not be surprised if Bulldogs do lose this. If Canberra do win. Like I said, Canberra are building real nice. Like we saw Fogarty first game back. Like we saw them and Fogarty at the start of the year. I think the Raiders were coming 5th. Like they were killing it. They were sitting where the Bulldogs are right now. Fogarty goes down and they skid. Fogarty comes back. His first game, the Raiders looked amazing for the first 25-30. Fell off a little bit. Everything was a little bit odd. Then the next game again, they were brilliant again. And I think they're going to get better as the year goes on. The more that Fogarty plays. But yeah, it's such a huge game. Like if we look at the ladder, like I said, this is why I was saying Bulldogs can't drink their own Kool-Aid. Like if they lose this game, Cowboys are looking like they're going to win. They got the Tigers. Seagulls have a bye, so they get guaranteed 2 points. And then Dolphins, I mean, they're probably not going to win, but Bulldogs could genuinely slip to 7th this game, and then all of a sudden it becomes a must-win game again. You know, so and if they do lose as well, Canberra move up even with them. I mean, they've got a bit of for and against, but you get what I'm saying. So all of a sudden it's like, every game becomes extremely important again. And like I said, you don't want to just make the finals. You want to go good in the finals. You don't want to empty the tank just making the finals. So this is a huge game for the Doggies. They're not guaranteed to play finals yet. If they win this one, I'd lock them in. But 10 wins isn't enough. You need 12 minimum. I'd say 13's a lock. 13 will get you in. 12 might slip you into 8th. So they have to win one, and then there's 5 rounds left. So they do definitely want to lock one in now. So huge. This is a huge game, huge game. Bulldogs have won all 8 home games this season. Raiders have won their past 9 games against the Bulldogs. Viliama Kikau has scored 3 tries in his past 4 games. Josh Papali'i will play his 300th. That's huge, absolutely huge. Preston has scored in back-to-back games at Belmore. Who's he going to be up against? So he plays right edge, which would be Huddy Young's side. Yeah, interesting. Right, let's have a look at the overs and unders and all that sort of stuff. All right, Bulldogs 70%. Josh Addo, on the left, 86%. Stephen Crichton, Ronson Sherry, Connor Tracy. I don't like try scorers for this game at all. I really don't. Over under 55% under on 47.5. 28.8. So what's that? 46 points. Yeah, I reckon that's about right, hey? Yeah, I think I might take under about 49 in this one. I think there'll be points, but I don't think it's going to be quite as destructive as the Broncos game. I think that's about right. Bulldogs with an 8.5 point head start. It's 3% edge. Wow. Under 47.5%, 2 point edge. Sorry, boys. I was doing math in my head, talking to myself. Forgot I was doing a YouTube video. Let's have a look at the try analyzer. Points scored. All right, so we have Doggies 43, 49% right. Doggies only conceding 7% in the middle. That is so crazy. Absolutely insane. So where's the Raiders? Here we go. Oh, they're on top of each other. There we go. 42% right, 39% left, 19% middle conceded. So 53% conceded on the right-hand side for the Doggies. So maybe go Raiders left side, which would be Raiders right-hand side defense. I don't know. I actually don't like try scorers in this one. There's no one that jumps out to me. I haven't liked picking try scorers in Raiders games all year. Bulldogs, it was at the start of the year, it was sort of pretty easy. They just went left every time, but now they've sort of mixed it up a bit. It's a bit all over the place. So I probably wouldn't take try scorers in this one, to be fair. I don't think I would. I'd leave them off and sit back and enjoy. I'm going to go the Bulldogs. But if you're a Raiders fan, you're not out of this one, lads. I reckon you can get it. Everyone's drinking that Kool-Aid. Ricky loves saying Ricky would be playing, all that stuff, going, look what these guys do after a win. They're mocking teams. Their fans are laughing at you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You wanted that? No, let's go. So I reckon Ricky will have the boys up for it. I think it's going to be huge. But Bulldogs, they're that team this year, man. They're Mr. Consistent. They haven't had a whooping. They haven't had a hiding yet. Winning games by a little bit, losing games by a little bit, and they just dealt out an arse whooping to last year's grand finalists. So shout out to the Doggies. All right, that's it, lads. So who we got? We got Cows, we got Wars, we got Roosters, we got Bronx, we got Storms, we got Roosters. So we got Sharkies, Panthers, and we're going Dogs. Dogs up, and we'll take Seagulls to get the bye. All right, we done, lads. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.